Hello everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today is the rematch of I-Corps versus Sussy Brigade. We saw this 2 weeks ago as I-Corps won. We were playing Conquest. Our first map was Rocky Slopes. You're getting an overview of that map right now, and now you're getting an overview of Wheat Fields. Both maps will be very fun. Haven't seen these too often, and I love to see South Mountain Conquest. Fair and balanced maps. As you can see, our teams for today on the Union, we have I-Corps, which is Anderson's Brigade and Walker's Division, the 125th PA, and the 2nd Mississippi, whereas on the Confederacy, we have the Pickett's Brigade, 24th Georgia, and the Sussy Brigade, which consists of the 5th Florida, 5th North Carolina, and the 1st Maryland. And with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this rematch that we saw 2 weeks ago. Here we are with our first round of the absolutely beautiful map of South Mount. I'm getting goosebumps just looking at it. So, Conquest is a thing of beauty. This will be a lot of fun. South Mountain Conquest are some of the most fair and balanced Conquest maps in War of Rights, just because of how linear they are. Like, for example, they're in a big line. And as we can see right now, the CSA has split off into 2 prongs already. One prong is going for A, one prong is going for B. You have USA Artillery in a decent position. It's almost where the CSA Artillery is. CSA Artillery is up way on top of that crest there of the hill in the distance. It looks like USA, their whole team, is gunning it for the middle point at B, where Confederate Artillery is right here. That'd be perfect for canister. Union's going to get there first. Confederates getting their bayonets and reloads, but in the open, USA has begun to cap the point. CSA in the distance arriving at A, but there is going to be no Union resistance. The first charge from the Confederates has begun. Zoo getting an excellent shot off. CS Zoo telling his men to fall back here. However, more Confederates are pulling in. Everyone's pouring in from all fronts. Union Artillery, I don't know if that was Confederate who hit there, but it might have been a team kill. Union's going to be able to secure this position because they just sent the whole team in here. It's an 88 v 75, so Confederates do have 13 more men than the Union. So this isn't impossible to win, but Union has to play strategic here. I just realized that I was using the wrong thing. Let me change this quickly. For some reason, I had my Conquest screen up. I apologize for this. However, we will switch to it right now. There we go. Look at that. Isn't it beautiful? Look at the difference in that. So yeah, I apologize for that error. Union has successfully taken B. Confederates have taken A. Union gathering up here in the center, just really holding B. They have sent one group over. Who is this group that the Union has decided to send over to take C? It's probably the 125th or the 9th GA Cavalry is over here. One of the smaller groups. That makes sense. So Union is in a strong starting position despite everything, because even though they're outnumbered by right now 13 people, they are about to take control of C. They're about to take control of B. That CSA group, I don't know what they're going to do. They're going to avoid going to Union Artillery. And it looks like they're just going to try and go around towards C. That would be my best. Confederates lining up. Confederate Artillery getting charged out right now. But most of the Confederate team is forming a massive line here. Probably gathering up their forces to either charge, or they're waiting for this group to possibly come behind or do something and then move. But for now, we can just see that it is a shootout. Confederate Artillery is lost. Almost lost. First Sergeant Wolf here is about to die.
Got him. All right. Good job, boys.
There we go. So, nothing much happening really right now. Things are just moving. Union still has a cap C. Are they capping it? They are capping it right now. Are they capping it? Oh, there they go. They just figured it out. Every precious second matters, especially in the long run with tickets, because flags will definitely drain your enemy's tickets over the long run, so you need to get that up as soon as possible, especially in the early game. Just for all you know, every second that is wasted now could be wasted could come back to bite you in the butt. So it looks like we have the 24th Georgia and 2nd Mississippi and Pickett's Brigade holding up on this Confederate wall here. Who do we have over here? Looks like some of Sussy is over here skirmishing. We have more Confederates over here. More Sussy. This is just, there's a Sussy mess here. No one has really a firm spot. And here on the Union artillery is the Anderson's Brigade. Confederates beginning to launch an assault here just as the Union backs off here. 2nd Mississippi and the Anderson's Brigade is holding the I Corps. Confederates now charging in onto the point. Union pulled back for some reason, but now they're pouring in. That Confederate group we saw that came from A is now approaching in on B. They just charged in. Here's the first real charge. Union gunning it for the flag. They want to stop the progress of it and then finish off the rest of the Confederates. This is going to be a close charge here. I think Union's going to pull it out. They have more men. However, Union's kind of spread. Union looks like they're going to be able to stop the Confederate charge that is going for B. Which, good for the Union, you know. Union, I was kind of surprised that the Union were able to secure that, especially because they pulled off. Like, they pulled off trying to fall back, possibly bait them out or something. I don't know. But Union was able to do that. Union secured the point. However, as we could see, more Confederates. Why isn't the Union Cap C yet? A flag bearer went down. What are they talking about? Here you go. Union beginning to finally cap C. However, a Confederate group led by, it looks like 5th Florida and 1st Maryland here, is pushing towards C. That is pivotal, the fact that Union took forever to get that up. I don't know why it took them 10 years to get it up. However, it is the case. Confederates rearming their artillery. While it is a nice position in terms of B, they are very, very exposed. Union pushing down to these rocks to engage with the Confederate respawn. I don't know how well that'll work, though, because there's a lot of Confederates coming in front. Confederates outnumbering Union on this position, and it looks like they're just going to be doing some rising volleys, running up, taking their shots, and then running away. Union's not even worried about A. Actually, it'd be really funny if Union sent like 3 guys from artillery to uncap. Wonder how that will work. It appears, though, that there are some skirmishers moving to possibly defend A. Union really outnumbered at B right now. If Confederates organize here quickly, they could easily push up towards the B position and win that position. Let's see here. Are they continuing to do rising volleys, or... I'm kind of surprised they haven't gone for C, unless they, in their Steam chat, they're like, hey, we're all going to push B right now and take the point. And speaking of which, they are Confederates charging into like 2 Union dudes. And now, 5th NC leading this is now lowering the flag. Wilhelm is lowering the flag.
Get flag down, get flag down. I'm right behind you with flag.
Wild is ready there, or Will. I didn't see that. They are ready to unsecure the flag. Union outnumbered by 9 right now, less than we saw at first. Let's check this out here. This sergeant here from Anderson's brigade getting an out-of-line kill, but then dies out of line himself. Union kind of spread out right now. B has been neutralized. That is a biggie. Big. Yeah, now that the Confederates, they outnumber the Union right now by 9, which is very, very huge. And the fact that they took the middle point. It's going to be very hard for the Union to retake B at the moment. The Union could try to uncap A right now. Confederates do have a couple skirmishers. My guess is from the 5th NC here. Let's take a look. Yep, the 5th NC sharpshooters defending A. That, over time, the need to have a couple people at a point is huge, because You just need to be in skirmishing to make a flag go down. Which that's only like 2 or 3. That's 3 people. You only need like 3 people to cause a flag to go down. So, 5th NC Sharpshooters doing the right thing, holding that. Bulk of the Confederate force going here. There's no need for the Confederates to go for C, in my mind, unless they want to win the game. Confederates, though, going down to engage. I think Union's going to follow in suit shortly. Actually, Confederates might be going for a win right now. As you can see, their forces are moving to the left side of the map. Sorry. They're moving over to this right position. I don't know if it's to get cover on these rocks or if they're going to start moving there. Because Confederates could take C. None of the Union is positioned at C right now. Confederates pushing up through sort of the center here. Union going down to engage. The 5th North Carolina leading their men. This is a perfect opportunity for the Confederates to push towards C if they wanted to. It's not guarded. Of course, this is with the overview. Confederates charging up, being aggressive at the Union. If the Confederates lose this charge, which I think they will eventually because Union has numbers, they might leave a gap open for Union to come down and take B. However, 5th and I think this is all Sussex, or 5th NC and 5th Florida are holding the line very, very well so far against the USA forces moving in here. What the heck? Hey, kill him, guys, kill him.
Your ass.
Union now charging out the Confederates here. They completely wiped them. Yeah, that was fun to listen to. I cannot complain about a little trash talking a war of rights. Union has a sizable force that could sweep through and take out Confederate artillery and go for B. Going for B might be a little hard. However, it is a possibility that they do have right now. I would probably take it because you're outnumbered by a lot. Confederates are just going to get their respawns and come back in. So I would highly suggest going for B.
You're trash. You're trash.
Bad.
You're
bad,
trash.
Bad. Somebody say
trash.
bad. I say bad.
Yanks on the right. Yanks on the right. Right flank. Right flank.
There we go. It looks like the 125th PA has pushed forward to engage with the Confederate artillery and the skirmishers that are there to protect it. Probably the remainder of Sussy that survived that onslaught on top of the hill. C has been neutralized right now. Let's check who's done it. A couple skirmishers. This is what I was talking about with the 3 people. It looks like they're just going to sit around, wait for Union to recap, and then uncap and repeat this process. This is a beautiful thing in War of Rights. Union officer being over here. I would run away a little farther if I were these guys. Other than that, they're doing fine. There they go. They are running away right as Drax from Walker's division sees them running away. So C is uncapped. A and B are in Confederate favor right now. Confederates have a strong grip on this map. Looks like we do have a Union officer coming over there with 3 men. However, running into the North Carolinians, they're skirmishers. We'll see who wins. That officer does have a pistol, though. Oh, no. Union has 3 people. Union has 3 people. They could push an uncap A right now if they so please. Union beginning to cap the C point again. Where are these skirmishers at? Are they here? Yep, our skirmisher gang here. First Maryland there is going to try to take a shot at a Rambo. Misses.
Yeah,
Scott's moving in.
Oh, run back, run back, run back, run back.
Looks like the rest of First Maryland has joined them. Union recapping C. This is going to be the rest of the game. Unless Union sends some guys over towards A, which I think those 3 dudes are. Where was that artillery shot? Very, very short. I think Confederates can really just sit back and try to attack, or let the Union come to them unless they want to try to take C and win. But let's check out over here. Union has 3 men. That's how many you need. Well, this man here, Toxic, if he takes out one of them, they can't uncap the point here. Toxic shooting at artillery. Toxic, no. They're uncapping the point. So here's the thing. I think once you start uncapping, if you go out of line, I don't think it affects you. So I theoretically could charge them out. Nothing too much happening on this right side. Confederates pushing up with a sizable force to those rocks here so that they can have some more cover, spread out a little more. But A has been uncapped by the Union. Those 3 men survived. I don't know if... what was his name? I can feel bad. Toxic actually is killing... Almost killed all the Union there. He got the officer. You heard Kellick. Rebel scum. 29 minutes left in this round. So yeah, Union... This is really just... I think it's going to be a slower battle. Especially because just Union... The balance is 9 right now in favor of Confederacy. Union needs to send guys to Cap A, which it looks like they're sending guys over. However, I do not see a flag. Union does not have a flag over here. Never mind. I stand corrected. Union's going to get 2 out of 3 points right now. That's probably going to cause some of these Confederate forces to divert over towards A, which, as we can see, it appears that the 5th North Carolina is doing that right now. They're bringing their forces over to A to retake that point as quickly as they can after the Union caps the point here. Let's see here. Any moment now. Any minute now. And the point is capped by the Union. And 5th North Carolina moves in. Let's see, Union beginning to push farther forward here. Into these rocks that we saw the Confederates, that they were in a moment ago. Union's outnumbered. They can't really charge. I mean, if that group pulled up, they could possibly charge. Confederate Rambos. Not really Rambos. We have our skirmishing group again. Let's see here. Do they have anything to say? I don't know what he said. But they are moving in to uncap C right now. 5th NC almost approaching their destination. The Union has a sizable force there, though. We could see the Union defending this position at C. Now it looks like we have engaged with some skirmishers. However, the fight at A is about to begin very momentarily, so let's go check that out. Union readjusting, moving further right to engage with these Confederates. However, Confederates have the high ground. They could easily up and over the fence here and get easy clicking out. Union still doesn't see the Confederates. And Union just wasted their shots on something that wasn't this group. A lot of shots going off. Confederates having their shots, Union not. And that's going to decide this charge as Union goes down to taking losses here. A big push. That was huge there for the Confederacy. Let us shift back over and see what's happening at C. B, nothing's really happening at B because it's going to be so hard for the Union to take. Looks like our little gang had to fall back because there's a sizable Union force at C and is now charging down the hill. These guys still staying here. They have to see them. Looks like they probably see a couple people, but now they see the officers. And they have to run away. Union, take the shot. Take the shot. Take the shot. Looks like they won't. So, Union gets pushed off of A here. Not entirely surprised because they wasted their shots. A has now been neutralized. Confederates are going to take the lead in terms of flags, which is huge.
Adios, muchachos.
An absolutely beautiful position here by Major York. Like, look at, he gets a little better vantage point with that increased height. I'm surprised Union hasn't sent any artillery over here. Probably Union artillery is focusing over there behind B, because that would probably make more sense. Confederates have now capped A successfully. And it looks like some of these skirmishers are going to be either harassing artillery here. It looks like they will be. The 5th NC sharpshooters with a picket brigades guy will be harassing the Confederate artillery. Has anything else happened on the other side of the map here while we've been venturing? Nothing. This has been a very, very slow round in terms of conquest, but it all makes sense though. Because Confederates don't want to push the Union, because if the Confederates got wiped, the Union could come through. And Union doesn't want to push for B, because they're outnumbered by 12 people now. And that'd be a very hard fight. However, Union is going to lose if they just do a shootout here, which is what I think is going to happen. The fight is really over the A point now. Not so much B. Confederates are just going to harass C. I don't think they're going to actually take it down. First Maryland might have something to say besides that. First Maryland and 5th Florida over there. Sorry, not just First Maryland. Is the Union reforming? Union is reforming at the White House here.
So you have 6 doors.
Looks like these guys probably will be moving back towards A to try to uncap. However, I think the 5th NC is currently in the woods.
If they hit us right here, they're hacking.
Get your loads in, boys.
Jack is ready.
Jacqueline loaded.
It looks like the 5th NC is either hiding or they were reforming. They're reforming, they're hiding, probably waiting for a Union force to come up this way, which, can we see him from Doug's perspective here? With my zoom in, you gotta see Union coming down the road, Doug.
Good shot. I think we should get into it.
Let's hold, boys.
I think they more likely.
Fine looking Patriots I've ever seen right here, boys.
I mean, rather.
No. All right, let's go.
And C. Murphy, you heard him, moving out his men to take A, or at least try to defend A. It might actually have to be a recapping of A. Beautiful Confederate artillery shot. However, only killed 2 men. Greyhelm still able to lower the flag. Artillery buff win. Union artillery shooting over here, completely missing. Point A is uncapped. Union artillery missing, trying to go for a random. 5th NC's coming down the hill. However, Union does have their shots this time, though. The advantage that the Confederates have, though. Why are they falling back? Don't fall back. Unless they're falling back to reposition. However, I do not know why they are falling back here. Shots being exchanged on the other side, not much there. But Union comes up, uncaps, and runs away. Which I think they could take them. Especially now that some 5th North Carolinians are gung-hoing over to the Union. Yep. They are repositioning. They uncapped. They're forcing the Confederates to recap. Beautiful Union artillery shot. I think that only got 1 dude, though. And now they're taking shots at the Confederates here. Union has better cover than the Confederates. They also have a very nice view. Let's just go down here and see the gale. Confederates recapped A. But however, Confederates going down to taking losses here. Look at this view. These should be easy shots for the Confederates. That shot going over. He's probably aimed for the head as Bullet Willis. Nice shots there by the Confederates. And it looks like Confederates are going to hold A. 5th NC reforming on these rocks here. We're just going to get stalled out like a D. This is, was it World War I? Yeah, World War I all over again. Original fight over that point. A new frontier has opened and stall. Which is quite interesting. Union artillery might have an opportunity to shine here. Let's take a look from the artillery perspective.
Probably
They can
grab them
see.
over.
Confederate
I'd see them. They're kind of obscured by the tree.
Union artillery has a nice shot of those rocks. However, the 5th NC is falling back. Now, they're probably trying to bait the Union out, just as the Union was doing a moment ago. That is my guess. Let's see here. Are they talking anything in game? I don't think so. Let's quickly check what's going on the other side of the map. See, we haven't missed much. We have let's just see where everyone is right now. We have Pickett's Brigade and the 24th holding at point B right now, with 5th Florida holding at artillery with Buckets, the artilleryman from 5th NC. Union now beginning a push down the hill. Union actually pushing towards A right now. 5th NC is a little ways away. Looks like the I Corps, Walker's division, and 125th PIC, a guy, I don't know if their whole group is here. They've pushed up to those rocks. They're holding fire. They might be charging very shortly. Let's see. We have Anderson's brigade holding here in the middle. Union doing a very smart tactic here. So instead of all just holding at A, they are pushing their guys forward to a nicer position so that it takes the rebels more time to get to the point. Because instead of just charging and fighting on point, they have to. Beautiful Union shot. Probably only got 2 or 3 guys there. Instead of having melee over the point, they now have to fight away from the point, which will be interesting. Anderson's brigade, they're getting their shots off. However, Confederates have a little more men. Anything happening on this side? Nope. Union just pushed forward like we saw a moment ago. And the Confederates are going to stop the cap by the Union. Union able to successfully fall back with their flag. This is going to be Union slowly losing tickets though from flags, because even though they're uncapping the point, Confederates are recapping this point every once in a while. How many Confederates are on artillery? How many Union are artillery? So Confederates have 8 on artillery. Union has 9 on artillery. Look at the difference now. It's 16 people. Which, so Union has 77. So Union has 65 people on infantry right now. Confederates have 85 on infantry, which is crazy to think of. Union going down to breaking here. 17 minutes left. Union finally charging in here towards B, giving this a chance. A has been secured by the Confederates again. Union going to be overwhelming the 5th Florida. However, Pickett's brigade and the 24th are positioning themselves to help the friendlies. I think the rest of Sussy is moving in here too. So, Confederates successfully pushing back the Union here. Union's going to be hitting last stand first. There's no question about it. We'll see when the Confederates go down to breaking. That'll be the interesting part. So, let's see what's happened here. 5th NC cap the point, and now they're falling back into the woods again. Union holding here. This is just a slow and painful defeat for the Union. Actually, Union charged up here in the center. They hold these rocks. The point is being uncapped right now. However, that's a lot of Confederates. Union falling back. I don't know why they would fall back. Because if you're going to fall back... You see, right now, you're falling back. You're taking skirmishing and out-of-line deaths. Which, when each side has an equal amount of tickets... that can be detrimental. It's not as bad as when you're defending on a skirmish game mode. However, it's detrimental. Stay and fight. Dying formation. Beautiful Union artillery shot. We got like 2 men though, which is the crazy part to think about. I apologize, I unclicked there. Let's see here. So 15. We're about 2/3 of the way through the match right now. Nothing's really changed. Union again pushing up towards A. We'll see if they actually hold and fight compared to fall. I get why they're falling back so they can keep up with the harassment. However, they need to cap the point fully, and they haven't done that yet. They've just made it so that the Confederates lose the point for a little time and then they just recap. Union's losing in the wrong one. It's very, very slow. 5th NC repositioning themselves up on top of the hill. Union actually beginning to cap the point. They might be able to get it this time because 5th NC is a little ways away. 5th NC guns it for the point. They might be able to stop it. However, let's see if they gun it for these guys here.
Grumpy.
5th NC does have more men. Union running away with the one flag. However, they're gonna cap it. Will they? Will they? Will they? Will they? Doug is stabbing help. It stops the cap, and Union will not be able to cap. Someone's artillery killing probably one man there. They could have capped the point, but I guess they're just trying to draw them out and deal some casualties. Union returning to those forward rock positions. Enjoying some wonderful Hawaiian music here. I think that was Hawaiian. I might be wrong though. 5th Florida is beginning a push around town. No Unions at sea. Confederates could very easily start a counterattack here, which I don't think if they started a counter, I don't think Union could uncap or recap any of the points. Confederates actually charged forward and wiped the Union on this side of the map. And they're going to successfully be able to recap the point. If the Confederates cap all 3 points, I do not believe that the Union will be able to, recap one of the points. Because in Conquest, if a counterattack starts, you get 3 minutes to recap a point. You can't uncap a point and stop the counterattack. You need to recap the point too. So you don't have a lot of time to do something. And Union is very, very spread out across this map right now. And because of what I just mentioned,
Shoot. Sorry,
Walker's division is now pushing forward C. Confederates are going to be able to at least uncap this, which is huge. Because that's double the flag ticket loss towards the Union. Let's right click here. Union, I think, has more men. C has been neutralized by the Confederacy. Union has a lot of men pouring in here. They might be able to recap. However, Florida is all bunched up on this fence. Union slowly trickling in. Union has their shots. Confederates don't. Actually, I think Confederates are going to be able to cap this and start a counterattack. And Union doesn't have a flag over here either, which is huge. Actually, though, they did stop the cap. Confederates are pushed off. Union bringing their flag over, so Union will be able to retake the point. However, they took a lot of flag ticket loss there, a decent amount anyways. And now Confederates returning to the position where the Union was. We'll see if Union tries to charge these guys out to reclaim the rocks. However, I doubt. Union beginning to push forward over to this A point again. I'm guessing
Officer coming up.
5th NC sharpshooters here. Taking their shots. Missed Mr. Cheeto here. And it looks like they're going to pick up that flag and start going Union hit last stand here. So, for those of you who don't know what last stand means, is that you have no more reinforcements after this point. So, if you died before last stand, you get a respawn. However, if you died after the last stand, meaning if you got shot right now, you're not respawning. So, if the Confederates cap all 3 points, oops, I accidentally. If the Confederates cap all 3 points, there is still a counterattack. They did change that. I can understand why. Because it gives the opportunity for the... So here's the thing, right? In last stand, if you're in last stand, Actually, not. It doesn't make sense. That's unlikely that the team in Last Stand would cap 2 or more points. So Union able to successfully cap C. In the grand scheme of things, this doesn't make sense. Union have 0 tickets. There's no need to bomb rush the flags. I would sit back and just try to shoot the Confederates down to... Actually, sorry. There's a point to holding 1 flag so that the counterattack doesn't happen. However, there's no need to try to take A or B. Just try to shoot the Confederates down the Last Stand in 10 minutes if that's even possible. I don't think it is. However, Confederates getting very aggressive here, just trying to kill the remnants of the Union army that are spread out here. Like, look how spread the Union is, except for that bunch there. Union is incredibly spread out here. Confederates charging the Union artillery here. Finishing off what is left of them. The Confederates at the middle of the road here, probably reforming, and they're probably taking some pop shots here at the Union.
Get your loads, get your loads.
24 Georgia getting their shots going on here. They can kind of see the right side of that line there.
He was brave.
They're going to be volleying
Aim
here.
left of the road. Aim left of the road. Look at that spot.
That's probably a time to volley because usually most men aim towards the middle of the line in a volley. And these guys are all bunched up.
Down the road. Back into the corner.
Union falling back, trying to avoid getting killed because, again, they don't respawn here. 94 to 77 right now, which is huge on its own. Then when you're on Last Stand, that's even huger. The hugest. Ooh, that looks pretty. Anyways. Mr. Dirk Diggler is still alive, kind of by himself. Scoins here, leader of the 125th PA, on his own right now. Taking some shots at some Confederates here. Does he hit his shot? Here he comes. Come on, you got the Scoins. Dirt Diggler does not care. Block. That would have been funny if Scoins killed Dirt Diggler. That would have been funny. Dirt Diggler's going to go down after missing his shot.
Come back, you pathetic piece of shit! Come back, you fucking cowardly little fucking dog! Look at you! Look at you run! Stop resisting! Stop resisting! Oh, look at the poor little baby! He can't even stand and fight like a man! Oh my god! Oh my god, he's running into the corn, boys! You think he's gonna find a safety there? Come on back, you little piece of shit. I can still see your blue uniform. I see it. I see it plain as day. Oh, you're such a little cunt. Mate, I can't wait.
Zapstar running in the completely wrong direction now. Probably realizing that. Scoins is able to make it out alive. Union is basically dead. Except for a couple rounds. Will Zapstar find him? C has been neutralized. That doesn't mean much unless they have a flag here, which they don't. So Zapstar not finding Scoins. Scoins, good job. You survived, Zapstar. It's a an achievement. It should be a War of Rights achievement. Well done there, Mr. Scoins. Let's see what he does. He's probably looking over C right now, seeing what he needs to do. I think these... Oh, dang. Okay. Well, that's kind of surprising. That is the end of the round. Confederates just dominating basically the whole round. But they had more men. So once they secured that middle point, it was very hard for Union to take. I mean, Union had less men than the Confederates, and it took Confederates some time to take it. So I doubt the Union would be able to take B. Union did the smart thing by trying to send men to A. However, 5th NC was doing a good job of wiping Union off. Union wasn't really trying to hold, though. They were just trying to uncap, run away, force them out, take some shots, and kill them, which I think that was the plan. They didn't really worry about the flag part. Yeah. So, with that being said, we'll see you guys in the second round. Here we are with our second round. We're already into it. I just respawn. All right, I went to the spectating from the Confederate mode, and they're just gunning it. They do not wait for no one. Look at this map. Have I played this map before? I don't remember playing this map. That's kind of crazy. Anyways, what map is this? Wheatfields? Oh, I've played it. I just don't remember it. I guess I'm at a vantage point that I haven't seen in the map before. So, with that being said, Confederate artillery. Oh, this is Cox's push. Confederate artillery. I look at this position. I'm like, oh yeah, I love this map. Great map. Confederate artillery in a beautiful position as ever. Union artillery having decent positions as well. This would be a great linear map. Actually, I remember talking to Sevi about this would be a great linear map. I think we did a battle line episode of this. But Confederates splitting off into 3 prongs here. 2 prongs, sorry. Artillery looked like the third one, but they do have some infantry rolling up in there. 1 prong is going for the B point. 1 is going for C. Union gunning it to A. We really seem to see that. Actually, Confederates sending some men towards A, probably just trying to distract the Union forces, make them hold up at A. But we saw this last round too. Confederates went for 2 points. Union just went for 1. And I think that's smart, especially with an 18-man imbalance now. Again, still possible to win. We won, I think, last week. Was it Monday or Sunday? I don't remember what day. Union outnumbered by 20. We were able to win the game in that instance. It was a more USA biased map. But still, it is possible. Don't lose hope, my friends. So, Confederates capping B and C. Union capping A. Quite interesting. Confederate artillery already getting some beautiful shots off here. Like artillery on this map is a thing of beauty. Union artillery probably shooting down towards C. Confederate artillery definitely towards A. Union already sending men towards A right now. Confederates cap B, Union cap A. Confederates are about to cap C in a moment. However, we see the bulk of the Union forces beginning to move towards B. Union needs to do this right now because Confederates are split up right now. Union is not. Like, look how spread the Confederates are. Despite them having 18 more men, Union is together, Confederates are not. This is a huge opportunity. Union probably should have gone for C, seeing as there's less men there. However, they don't know that. Their plan was just to probably take that middle point A and then go straight up for B. And as we could see, we have a bulk Union force charging the Confederate line, and we have another force moving up to those rocks, probably trying to get around them and get on point. However, Confederates have kept, I'm guessing, the sharpshooters from FNC here. So we have 24th Georgia, 5th Florida holding there. My mouse just died.
It's very modern.
And we have 1st Maryland actually holding up there, not the 5th NC sharpshooters. You can hear him talking about that 20-man difference right now. Don't lose faith yet, boys. We're only a couple minutes of the round. They're just kind of hiding in the corner. They have no cover. Their flag is behind them in the middle of the line. A terrible spot for the flag, because their men can just shoot at the flag. Confederates charging out the Union here on the rock. There you go. Confederates wiping out that right prong. Confederates charging in here at A. We might see a counterattack already within the first 5 minutes of this game. Because Confederates are bogged, or Union's bogged up here in the corn. Union not using the stone wall, I get why, because then they basically touching the Confederates here. The Confederates are going to get wiped there. Union could move towards B right now. They still have a sizable force. However, Union is falling back towards A, because they are losing it right now. Who is here? Pickett Brigade and the 5th NC is holding here. If those Confederates from B push down towards A, Confederates could easily win this. Goondog leading his men. A is being uncapped right now. However, the Union Army, the Army of the Potomac, is pushing through here. Yeah, it's kind of cool. The it looks like an X. The mini stone walls here. Union's going to be able to win. However, never mind about how the Confederates holding back at B still. The Confederates could push in and possibly win. Confederate artillery dealing some damage, getting a kill or 2 there. However, Union will survive to fight another 40 minutes? Possibly. I don't know. Let's see who is over here right now. Looks like we have the 5th NC sharpshooters doing their thing. It's actually beautiful because of Discord and Steam, they can just tell in Discord, hey, we see them coming towards C right now. And
Come on, lads.
oh my goodness, that guy.
Ooh, big charger.
Those are beautiful boys. Yeah, but those sharpshooters over there could easily be like, hey, we see Union coming towards C right now. And then they could just tell the officer chat, and boom, boom, they start sending them in there instantly. Who do we have up here? We have the 20th Virginia here, doing a little flanking here. However, there's a little Union forces there. Lakota wanting to take a shot. Probably not hitting him, though.
Behind us, you dumb fucks.
Timberlake killing his own teammate, trying to kill the Sardi man. The Sardi guy is still getting away.
They're on the caissons. They're on the caissons.
And they killed him successfully. Huzzah, huzzah to that. Let's check out what's happening on this side. Confederates still holding a B. Union regrouping at A. We have some Union going towards this position here. Probably just trying to scout it out, possibly cap. It looked like they only had 2 guys there. It appeared so. However, we do have more Union coming down this way. They do not have a flag. So they could uncap the point, which is, it was huge. Because right now, instead of having the Confederates causing you to lose tickets because of the flag, it is now the other way. It would just be even, not the other way around. Oops. So let's see. It looks like we're going to get a shootout again. Union, I'm shocked, hasn't moved towards C yet. Where's the Confederate response? Where's the... they're moving up towards C right now. The balance is getting a little better. It's a 15-man imbalance now. Those Confederates never got wiped because that Union group, where did they go? I don't know, but Union going down to engaged here. Oops. Union going down to engaged. Confederates controlling 2 out of the 3 points. Zoo is leading the 5th Florida down this hill. They're going to get a couple out-of-line kills here. These poor guys don't know what's coming up behind them. Anything happening over yonder? Nope, not really. Confederates holding this position as if we were playing the skirmish mode of Cox's push. Union's got to bunch up and charge 1 of the 2 points because Confederates are split right now. I would suggest that the Union go for C as it's better position. Rather, it's easier to get there. It might be harder for the Confederates to take. Confederates are entrenched at B right now. They're also entrenched at C. However, I think it would be better if the Union would take that over B. There's more defensible positions for the Union. That's a better way to phrase it. Because Union has the stone wall, the half-stone wall. You can go in the corn. Up here, there's a woods behind the point, which I guess the Union could try to exploit if they wanted to. However, Union beginning to move here. The Walker's division is trying to get to the stone wall, readjusting. Top on that side of the stone wall. And here they come.
Fire.
So as you can hear them, they're going to fire in advance. They're going to try to move over towards C right now. We have the Confederate group splitting off the 5th Florida. Charging in, trying to get flanking shots here on the Walker's division, while the 5th North Carolina holds the bottom position. So they're getting shot. They're going to flank the Union guys here, regardless of where they're at, which is very, very huge. Union at A. It looks like they're independent firing at a rebel group who's up here. I think this is the Anderson Brigade. Did I say that right? Yes, the Anderson's Brigade is holding here.
Bro, where you going?
With dealing with the Pickett's Brigade. Like, look at this. 6 men are distracting. Probably a good 15 to 20. Which is crazy in itself. First Maryland enjoying some tunes here. Union charge over towards C. I don't think it's gonna work out though. And no, they're getting pushed back here. They didn't seem to charge with their whole team. It looks like they pushed the 5th Florida out though. Yep, part of the Anderson's brigade pushed up. So I know I mentioned there's Anderson's brigade on that point, and then there's Anderson's brigade there, but then there's a bunch of other regiments here. So as you can see, we have I Corps, Anderson's brigade, 14th Tennessee. We have some 125th PA guys there as well. This is turning into last round, except the Confederates have a firm grip on the 2 points that they have. I guess they had a firm grip on A for half of the second round. But it really just a standstill here. Union falling back to the center here. Our boys in blue are vibing here.
Lost, look to your left.
See what they're talking about here. Holy crap.
Hey, help! If you stand up on the stone wall, you.
Yeah, there's a line right in front of us, south-southwest, and I'm telling you to shoot it.
Oh my goodness, that's amazing. That's fantastic. Apologies there. I talked to my parents. And that's all right here. We didn't really miss too much though. Union got slaughtered on that corner, which was hilarious to watch.
Like cockroaches.
So yeah. Hey.
To the place
West Virginia. Scott's a beautiful singer. A beautiful man with a beautiful voice. Major General of Social Brigade. Some of you might not like that. But with that being said, Union seem to be changing a course of action here, pushing towards C. However, we could see there's no Union. What I mean by no Union is basically a tiny group here that isn't... they might be able to withstand this Confederate force. Who do we have here? Union going down to taking losses here. We have the part of Anderson's brigade, so the 1st Georgia holding here. 1st Georgia flag bearer probably coming out here to distract this force. However, there's another flag there. Confederates, the 24th Georgia pushed in here. They are engaging. How is that flag bearer making? Thank you. How is that flag bearer making it on alive? That's what I was about to question here. So it looks like the 1st Georgia is going to be pushed off here. And we're going to get a counterattack here in a minute. And I don't think Union's going to be able to do anything about it unless this charge goes well over here. We'll see, though. Confederates are repositioning onto that stone wall and coming on the flank here of this Confederate force. Union, unfortunately, are not going to be able to do anything about that. Union getting wiped. Union is about to lose A2. Union's so spread out, too. This is going to be hard as the Confederates are going to cap. All 3 points. Union's disorganized. What are they talking about here?
Hey, watch out! You're on my line of fire.
They're coming down the corn, boys.
Wait, Papa, not too bad. The 24th Georgia, a strong presence here. Union has some skirmishers here. The whatever BB stands for, I apologize for not knowing what that means. And it looks like we have some of Anderson's brigade holding up here. And they're going to cap the point here in a minute. More like now. And so it begins. The counterattack. So they have about 3 minutes to take the point back. Or take a point back. Which again, Confederates are dug in on all 3. Why are they falling back off of A? Where's the closest U.S. flag to A? USA. Do they have a flag here? They do. They got to go for A. There's no Confederates at A. I do not know why the 24th pulled off. Are they just trying to extend this? Make the Union suffering more sufferable? That's not a word. Or that's not the context. Union taking that flag. Oh, no. Don't tell me they're all going to group up and charge C when there's no Confederates at A. Actually, some Confederates are moving in. So I think you need... So you got to uncap and recap the point, which is a big thing. So even if there's like a minute left and you start uncapping and recapping, you might not have enough time. So in reality, you only have like 2 minutes maybe. I don't know how long it takes to uncap and cap. I would think around 30 to 45 seconds. So you really only have a little over 2 minutes to do something. And Union is going to group up and charge C. No. What are they doing? They gotta move in. The balance is 16 players, so not terrible. Union over here engaging, but they aren't. Oh my goodness. Union going down to breaking here. And Confederates still have bad already. I do not know why Union are now charging in. They're not going to have enough time to cap the point, even if they win. Confederates readjusting to their position. They're not going to win. Confederates won the game. The whole Union team. Union might win the charge here. However, there's not enough time on the clock to uncap and recap. Because okay, right now if they start uncapping and capping, maybe, but they still got to charge through this Confederate force, which takes time. This is the end of the round. Union having their flag bearer go, he gets yeeted out of existence though. This looks like the end of the round though. A little less than 30 seconds left. 24 left. My clock is 3 seconds off. 24th. Having a little too much fun here. Charging towards Union artillery. No, Union artillery. This is bullying.
Come here, boy! Come here! Come here, boy! Come here, boy! Come here, boy! I want a hug! Come here, I want a hug! Come here, I want a hug! Come here, give me a hug! Oh, you died. What's the matter?
He got the kill. However, he wasn't able to get any more than that. All I could say about that round is Union was just outnumbered. I don't know why they didn't go for A there at the end. There were no Confederates there. They waited too long and the counterattack because, again, it takes time to uncap and recap. So I wonder if they were just trying to organize and then charge. But yeah, Confederates had more men. They did good job. They did a good job holding the positions they needed to. They just won. So yeah, with that being said, we will see you guys in the post-game interview. Here we are with our post-game interview. This is for the NA Sunday night event, where our first round was on Rocky Slopes for Conquest. The CSA won that. And then we had Wheatfields, which was also Conquest, and CSA won that as well. We have many representatives from both teams tonight to talk about strategy and all of that. So first, let's go through the CSA players. So first, we have from First Maryland, we have Zapstar.
Hello, gentlemen. I am Captain Zapstar of the 1st Maryland, and it's a pleasure to be here tonight.
All right, thank you. From the 5th North Carolina, we have Doug.
What's up, guys? Captain Doug, the 5th NC.
Thank you. We have also from the 5th North Carolina, we have C. Murphy.
Yeah, what's up, guys? This is Major C. Murphy, founder of Sussy Brigade and 5th North Carolina.
And then last but not least from the CSA, we have Scotts from 1st of Maryland.
Hello, everybody. I am the Major General of Sussy Brigade. Yeah. Glad to be here tonight.
Thank you. And now moving on to our union representatives, we have from the 125th PA, Scoins.
I'm just Scoins. I'm an old man, and I'm from the 125th, and had a fun time.
All right, thank you. And then from the Andersons Brigade, out of I-Corps, we have Cheeto.
Hey, what's up, fellas? I just want to let everybody know that I'm Goon God's daddy.
And then last but not least, from Walker's Division, out of I-Corps, we have Goondog.
Goondog from 6th Georgia and Walkers. I'm also the original founder of Sussy. It was Goon Sussy at the time. It was a lot better unit. And also, fuck you, Cheeto.
Lovely, lovely. So with that being said, let's start off with the first round at Rocky Slopes. CSA, what was your strategy going into the round, and how did you react to the ever-changing battlefield?
I'll take that. So, for Rocky Slopes, our whole plan was to have 5th and C go to the A point, which we thought was going to be the heavier contested point than B, and have the rest of the team go to B. And what ended up happening was we all went to B. 5th and C was engaged at A. We initially lost B, but then we regained B and then began to work our way to get to the C point. And yeah, that was really about how it was. We just wanted to pretty much work around our already at B that whole match and just make sure we had point majority.
Any other thoughts from the Confederates?
Yeah, let me give you our perspective. So Scott's is right. Yeah, 5th and C, we hit up that left side point, which is A point, I do believe. And we were not very contested in the beginning. That's when we kind of swept around up the road of Colquitt's and made that first push down onto A. We tried to sandwich them there, but the Union, to their credit, cleared out and reformed on the battery. So that was a good little move by you guys. And then after we got B back, eventually we moved back to A, and there was a regiment there. I'm not sure who it was, but we pretty much fought them many times over that point. And artillery to the Union, whoever that was, good job to you, because we were constantly yelling to spread out and get. We had to fall all the way back into the woods on Colquitt's, behind like the biggest set of rocks we could find out of arty sight. So that's a credit to you guys. If you hear this, good work.
Oh yeah, Blackshirt boys will like to hear that.
Yeah.
And Maryland, throughout that first map, was skirmishing between B and C. The entirety of it, just moving back and forth. Small unit tactics. We were a small unit tonight. We did our very best to draw forces away from Bravo back towards Charlie. At several points, we did uncap Charlie. And we drew as many Union men towards that position as we could, despite being a very small unit ourselves.
All right. Any other quick thoughts? Doug, did you have anything to say? Or
Nah, everybody got everything.
all right, sweet. We'll move to the USA perspective from the first round. What was your strategy going into the round, and how did you react to the ever-changing battlefield?
Honestly, it was kind of wing it because we're sitting there talking because we've never played this map on Union side before, and we're like, well, is A closer? Is C closer? And we're like, we'll say fuck it. We'll decide when we get to the top. And we're like, all right, we got to the top. We thought C was closer. We sent a couple guys there to cap it, and then everybody else went to B, and they had that big melee fight there. We couldn't cap C for the longest time. I don't know. We had to have like more than 5 guys or something. But
yeah, we didn't have enough guys, and then I had to run my guys over there to make sure we got it because you were saying they were telling us in the chat that hey, we can't get the flag
like
up.
we could like
enough people.
Yeah, it's coming down, but it's not going up. You know, it's like
And
sounds
then
like
my
a
group
Viagra
ran
problem.
through. Yeah, and our issue was at that point because we were, sort of being the separate. You guys had the main strategy. My guys just follow in line, do what you need to do. And so we went over there to help you guys at C to get that flag up. But what we didn't realize was a quarter of my guys died because we ran right through Rebel Arty right there.
Yeah.
We just ran right through Rebel Arty. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, we just... But we got over there and we finally got the flag up. But for next time, we know, we got to get enough people over there so we can get that point up a lot quicker.
Yeah, for sure. Because I think if we had that towards the beginning, I think it'd have been a little bit different story.
I don't know if it'd be a different story, but it would have helped. It definitely would have.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, by the time that happened, that all that stuff spread out. And then with everybody on B, we said, forget it. Let's go for A. So we have our artillery, but we didn't know. I guess it was a couple second MS guys or something. I have no idea. We're running some guns too, but like let us push A, and by the time it was just over. It was just we couldn't really push anywhere. This kind of fell apart, unfortunately. Gave it all, but we just couldn't push it.
For sure.
Yeah,
Gundong?
Yeah, I think also we had some times where we were able to do some good things, but in the end, though, I mean, in the end, like, there was just we'd always have to fall back to C just to regroup, and taking B and then A it's just hard to do that. It's hard to kind of just roll up on them, especially a unit like Sussy or something like that. That's going to constantly be maneuvering. So we would try to branch out with probe, and then all of a sudden we'd have to fall back, and then to regroup at C, and then keep coming out because we really didn't want to lose all three. So we had to make sure we had our rear secured. But in that game, if once you get 2 points like that, it's almost like game over unless you can get one of those points back pretty quickly.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Especially hard when you're outnumbered
Yeah.
by a couple people. I mean, the
Yeah.
CSA outnumbered you guys, and it took them a minute to take B. So.
Well, yeah, and I think the last time we played Sussy, whenever we beat them as bad as we did, it was the same thing. I mean, they would do some great things, but in the end, your numbers are going to matter. I mean, and especially with Conquest. In skirmish mode, you can cheat with that a little bit, but it being your defense or attack. But it's numbers are seem to be a lot bigger of an issue in Conquest than they
I'd
are.
agree with that. Yeah, absolutely.
That's how you match
It's always
up.
a pleasure
That's how
to
you
fight
meet each
Icon.
other.
Oh yeah.
You lads do good work out there.
I have one question. So Anderson's brigade was trying to take A, like you were mentioning later in the game. So Anderson's brigade would push up, start uncapping the point, and then the moment 5th NC got into contact with you guys, you fell back instantly. Was that just trying to not get wiped, or was that trying to draw them out and kill them?
So at that point in the game, I think it was like a 17-man difference at that point, and like we had enough fight on the left with C. So Anderson consists of A and B, 14th Tennessee, Blackshears. So we had 14th on the left to help hold C. That's where another good chunk of our guys were. I know 125th went to help with A, or not with A, but with A and B to help cap A. And we're like, okay, well, let's just pull back
You had
and
your
hit
flag over
with
there,
artillery.
yeah. And you
have
told us to
artillery
pull
help.
back.
Yeah, to help artillery smooth out the number issue so they can push in, because there was only like maybe 15 guys over there. I don't know how many you guys had for 125th. It just, we're trying to work the numbers, and that's how we're trying to play.
Yeah. So let me say this. When we ran in, we were told to go there, which we went. And then all of a sudden it was like, oh, well, at this point we're going to get white pulled back. But I also want to mention that credit to the CSA, because quite frankly, they had good positions. They were up on the rocks, shooting down on us. We were, they had, some of the group had their backs on that straight rail fence, looking over the road, firing on the guys across into the woods who were on those rocks on the other side. So we were in a sandwich position. I mean, at angles. So they had a great, clear field of fire that could have just picked us off left and right, which they actually were. And for us to sit out there at that point, I could see where he'd say pull back. But, if we're going to commit to something, we sort of got to commit to it at that point in time, or we're just bleeding tickets.
All right. With that being said, we're going to move on to the second round now. We'll start with the CSA again. What was your strategy, and how did you, going into the round, and how did you react to the ever-changing battlefield?
Yes, yeah. Go ahead. Okay, so our second round strategy was pretty similar to the first, except what we were going to do with that one is we were going to divide and conquer. So what we planned on doing was have PB rush up the center in the corn to control the A point. 5th Florida and 1st Maryland were going to go to the B point and cap the B point. And then Murphy and Doug with the 5th and C were going to go cap the C point. So we could cap all 3 points at once. And 24th Georgia was like a floater. So they came along with us at B, which it turned out being the right thing to do. The unit on A got pushed out. The Union unit on A pushed to B, and when they pushed to B, we had enough forces there with us 3 units there to shoot them down and drive them out of there. And yeah, from there it was just a hard fight on the C point. I was personally at the B point, still holding the B point, shooting at the people at A. But from what our officer chat was saying and how it looked on the battlefield, it looked like that C point had a lot of blood around it. A lot of good fighting was done over there.
All right. Any other Confederates?
Doug?
Yeah, so 5th and C went to C. At one point, we did push to A. And when we pushed to A, our Steam chat like cut out or something. I don't know what it did, but nobody could talk. I think everybody disconnected from it. And we did get wiped down there on A. So we had our flag there for a while. And we just brought it back, went back to C, and then we were fighting there continuously pretty much the rest of the game.
Doug put off a feint too. He won't talk about it, but it was towards the end of the game. The Union was at the top of the wall, right? I think this was like when they were towards the end. Like there wasn't much time on the counterattack.
Yeah, we were already committed at the point. I know the feint you're talking about where half the group leaves, and we were already committed, so we knew you guys were coming back. We're like, we know it's coming. We know it's coming. There they go. We're all grouped up at the top, right above C. Well, where the hell are we going to go? Do you think we're going to dance to B or dance to A? No, we're going to C. So wherever you guys, I'm like, they're just running off. They're coming back. They're just going to sandwich us. Here we go. And, you know, we knew what was coming at that point, but there's not much you can do with that amount of time left.
Yeah, and I'll say that the strategy on that map of what we decided to do, which was go to C, like divide and conquer, like Scott said, that proved to be the way to go. When the points are as linear as they are and as equally close, I guess you could say, on all sides. We were at C and B. The Union committed kind of to A, which is normally the middle point, which we've done. We've done that in the past. We've full sent to the middle, but this time we took the wings, and that's where they were in the center. So we had the 2 points.
Yeah, we fired down into that bowl the whole time. Maryland was down the far right, and we just had excellent shots. Those Mississippi rifles we had, and we were just pouring it on.
It's hard. It's so hard on like that map to be cute. It's basically like that map. You know where all 3 points are. You know where people are at.
Right.
You can see everything. So it's hard to get like cute with that map. And so, and like I said, we had a few things, but you guys played it exactly like you needed to. But I think that one more than the first map really showed the numbers. I hate to, because you guys dealt with the same thing we've dealt with and took.
No,
took
and
the
I
L's.
know exactly what you're feeling, so don't even worry about that.
Yeah. No, but that map itself, though, I think and we even talked about this before the game. It's hard to be cute on that map.
Yeah.
And by cute I mean, do some things because everyone can see you what you're doing.
And whoever gets there usually wins first.
I mean, it's Cox's push, which is like a really good CSA defense map as it is.
Mm-hmm.
So if the CSA locks down that left side, which is what we had, right? We had C, that RD batteries overlooking us. That just becomes the same deal where if the Union tries to push, we have eyes on them, we have the wall to flip around.
Well, if you remember, we did the same thing to that other unit when we fought together.
Right, yeah. Exactly.
But we just took all 3 points.
Once you lose the initiative on that map, it's very hard.
Well, it was crazy. It's because we went to center because we were going to go center and left. That was the whole goal. Rush, center, and left. Forget C because there's always a bloodbath in the corner. And we figured hold B, you can have the high ground, shoot through the corner, have some advantage that way. But I kid you not, like we're running through, we got the center point, and we're still running through two doors of B, and we're like, you guys already beat us there. We're like, how in the F did they get there that fast? I thought they were supposed to be even. And so we tried to push, and I kid you not, we had all our numbers push you on B. You said you had the 3 units. Well, that's where the numbers came into play. We couldn't push through. We just did not have the numbers to do anything. So that's why we fell back, went back to A. And then figured, well, let's try to mess around with C. We'll try to lock whatever guys is on B to try to lock them down, and hopefully we can do something with C. And you turn around, there's another fucking 20, 25 dudes on C, and we're like, oh, we just got to do what we got to do. And it was just,
Honestly,
it's just the way it is.
Thinking all fairness, the reason why it faltered is because, to be honest, we went to B and then went to the next point. Well, A, I guess it was. But what we should have done is we should have committed to A first and all been going to A, because that was our only chance. If we want to take A and then, go back to B, that's really our only chance. Like, because
Well, we had
I
guys.
remember, right. And I understand. And it was hard for us being outmatched as it was with numbers. Let's face facts. We've all agreed now that, Conquest is based on numbers. And, I mean, you can have great units, but if you're outmanned a certain amount, you know where it's going to go. But you have fun. But if we had gone from and just left maybe a small token unit at B and just kept on pushing past, we had a really good shot at A. We were talking in the team speak, and we got around, and it was funny because our group hit Zapstar in the back, and they weren't even paying attention to us when they were on the flag in the very beginning. And I was like, oh yeah, we're here, we're hitting them in the back, and we're like, we're wiped in the corner, and we're like, yeah, we're dead. And then they had another unit coming right up at that point in time to take it, so we were just like, it's over.
Wasn't that the
we've
first map?
been.
I think that was the first map.
No, that's the second map.
Second map. Yeah, but
sure?
the only problem with worrying about 1 point though, and we've done it to other units that have just done a flat out charge for 1 point, it's so easy to get enveloped. So you can't I've always said you can't just play for 1 point. You got to play for all three of them. And that's something that because if you just go all out on 1 point, you're going to get, because we've done it to other units. Just whenever we're going to take a point, we're going to take it, and there's nobody else going to do anything about it. Well, yeah, we'll let you take it, but then you're going to get enveloped, and that's why you got to. That's why Conquest brings out. You got to think in so many more directions than just one thing.
That's why I don't understand. Oh, sorry, Zapstar. Go ahead.
The 1 point that I'd bring up is so Maryland was on the far right in that second map, the entirety of the map, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
And we hardly faced any pushes there on the far right. Like, had there had been pushes there, it is honestly the weakest point for the CSA because it's very far from our spawn. I don't know where you guys' spawn is. I don't know if it's also the farthest from you and all that. But our strongest units were in center and in the left. And the vast majority of that was holding the right was us and 24th Georgia. Right? And honestly, the way Georgia, they put some goddamn hurt on A as you guys kept trying to push that center point. Had you guys used those woods, I think it would have been a lot more in your favor. Because you could maneuver through those woods and get up behind us on that far right point.
And that's where we did, and that was in the beginning, but we didn't proceed with that. We sort of got away from it after that.
Yeah. It is what it is. I mean,
yeah, and I mean, in the end, that's the first time we played that map on Union. That's probably the third time we played that map.
I'm not criticizing anyone.
Oh no. I'm not saying. I'm not thinking you are. And there's a couple times where we try to push on that. I remember I pushed my guys on that, but you guys were entrenched so well. You guys used those rocks so well, man. It was like Jesus Christ. We came out of the there was a cornfield, I think it was, right before it. And then when we came out, we started, I tried to get my guys in some sort of line, but whenever we started shooting over there, you guys were all shooting from rocks.
Yeah, both maps really played to Maryland's strengths, a light infantry behavior that we'd like to roll out. And honestly, it was a great time. Great time to get that out of there.
I'll say playing the maps, that's how what you're feeling right now is probably exactly how we felt.
Oh, yeah.
Like the other time. Not in this, not just being outnumbered, but playing the maps as Union, and for the first time playing them as Union. It is such you feel so blind going into it.
Well, yeah. We've already came up with ways that we could do it better,
No, exactly, yeah. But it's always that first time.
Yeah.
I look forward to next time, personally. I really do.
Right.
You lads are always a blast to play against.
Join 6 Georgia.
So, one question I did have for the Union is that you guys spent a minute and a half, I don't know if it was reorganizing on top of the hill during the counterattack. A was open for that first minute and a half, and you guys were sitting up top. I don't know if you're reorganizing again, but then you all went towards C.
Oh, that was our Leeward Jenkins. We're going Hail Mary. We're just going to go to C. This last 10 minutes. That was because the way we looked at it is, all right, at that point, we're down to 70 guys, so it was like a 22-man difference. We're not going to, anywhere we push, we're not going to hold it. We're just going to get wiped. Let's just have some fun. Let's get the guys together, and we'll just push down the C and just get bloody, and then just end it that way. As long as, fight to the end, try not to get a 3-cap on us. That was, and just have some fun. That was the end goal.
As I said, one of my guys on Artie literally asked, listen, I've got the back of the Union line all at me. If I launch a shell into these guys, it will end it, and we will be done with this misery. And I'm like, no, you can't do that.
No,
you
and
launch it into the cornfield.
And if you look also at A, if we had even got there and started trying to decap it, I don't think we'd have had enough time because I think Sussy would have moved enough people over to push.
No, because we discussed that in there. We discussed that in there in the team speak with the one person that was with me. He had said, we were gonna wait till this time. I'm like, no, you don't realize we just lost a match in EU earlier today because people didn't realize how long it takes to get down that flag. And if you don't realize it takes a little bit to get that flag down, you're going to lose because you have none of the points.
So really, you're up to two choices. You can make one massive last organized charge at C, or you can do everyone get to A. Everyone get to A. Just get to A, and then once we get there, all right, get the flag up. Well, by that time, Sussy could get at least start getting units over there. Now it's a fight over there, and
honestly though, like with A, I don't know about the rest of the guys who were on B, but it was pretty much a 5th and C. With obviously there's a lot of us, but we were on C on that second game, and we weren't going to leave it. Like if you guys took A, we probably would have just stayed at C because we knew they were entrenched at B.
Well, I do know you can get from A to C before they cap it, because we did that the last time.
Oh yeah,
we were on A and we made it all the way to C before they could ever. I don't even think they got it halfway up.
That's
so
true.
We're not mind readers, so we don't know if we didn't know if you guys are just going to stay entrenched there. But it again, and that's where that map is. So it's hard to do cute things other than just like Zapstar was saying, maybe going through the wood side of A. But again, you're in a rock and hard spot, so I think we made the best decision because at least no matter what, we're organized when we go down there. We took a little extra time than I thought we needed to, but we at least give them a good punch.
I think as Zap said, it would probably, if there was any chance at it, it would have had to have been like a full team sweep through the woods to clear B, and then.
Yeah, and I should take some responsibility for that because I didn't push on that because the first time we did that, we were having fun.
So y'all came up. You got A. You came up through the corn. You may have been a little disorganized at that point.
No. My group came through the woods.
Oh, you went through the woods. Oh.
Yeah, that was the first time that that Zapstar probably saw his only action besides shooting is we ended up in his backside on that second.
I was
map.
surprised. I was honestly surprised because, like I said, 5th was on the left. We took C. We saw they got B. I thought your entire team, which would have been about 70 of you guys, was going to be at A, and once you took it, I expected you to go to B. And I saw you guys going through the corn. I'm like, all right, they are going to B. I thought that it was just 24th Maryland and maybe Florida, which is a good sized force. But I didn't know that they would hold it. Honestly, I thought it could have gone either way. So I was surprised.
We
I'm
good.
like, yeah, I was
we
just
were
like,
good
man,
for about 5 seconds. Because we're like, all right, we're in their backs. We're hitting them from the backs. And I'm looking at and I hear Zapstar say, they're behind us. They're behind us.
I know you could have heard me in the officer chat. I'm like, you guys are good? Like
the skepticism in his voice. He's just like, hold on, what?
Like what? You guys they didn't charge you out? What?
And then all of a sudden I see and I look to my left and there's a whole huge group of you guys coming up to reinforce. And I'm like, that's it, we're dead. Just dying on her the best you can.
Well, that's when 5th and C rushed A point, and there was a unit there which we wiped. But then the rest of the team, or at least whoever else, after the charge at B, I guess you guys pulled out of there, and some guys came back to A once we were reforming.
We were wiped, and we were like, it's too far to go.
Yeah, and that's when the rest of us got killed. I was like, daggum, like, what is happening? I did not know what was going on. It was definitely a weird time, but it was fun.
That was a great game. I look forward to next time.
I wouldn't say it was a great one.
I wouldn't say the best match. I think this was definitely a taste of Goondog's own medicine.
Wow.
For Goondog.
Yeah, but
I'm
Feel
just
that
glad. I'm
medicine.
just glad Goon Sussy Network can show a Sussy victory every now and then.
Only
What do you mean every now and then? It's literally every single video. One question I did have. I know 24th Georgia isn't here, but 24th Georgia capped A on the end of the second round, causing the counterattack to start, and then immediately fell off the point, ran all the way around to Union Artillery, like ran back up to B, went through the woods, went to Artillery. Do any of you know why 24th did that? Like,
All I gotta
why
say
didn't they
is
hold?
24th did fantastic work that entire round.
I wish we had
And
known that.
If that bastard, Pearl, decided it was the right thing to do, I guarantee you it was. And let me tell you, leaving a point on that map vulnerable, it's fine, because we got good shots from both sides. It's a ball. Every time they advance into it, Maryland up there on the right side, Confederate right, had great shots on anyone trying to take that point. So they're just going to trickle tickets the entire time. So holding that, why? Why
You
bother?
don't need to. At
Yeah,
that point,
exactly.
if you brought it down and we don't have a flag up and they're just going to sit on the position, no, that doesn't make sense. They want to go in advance and they want to go and hit Artie because they know there's free tickets there. And that is going to bleed us dry because we have no flags up. Everything's down. We're not getting any advantage. We're just getting shit on. So it makes sense to do that. In all honesty, to me, it makes sense to go find the enemy and wipe them out as best you can. Even if you're going to die in a wipe, that's okay because you've got such a ticket advantage.
Yeah, you sold yourself high at that point. So that's my only explanation for that. I know Pearl and the 24th; those guys are fantastic. They're going to do good work no matter where they go.
That makes sense. Yeah, that's smart. Any other comments before we call it off for the night?
No, I think that's it. I think everything's been said. I mean, listen, I look forward to our next face-off against ICOR. I hope the next time we both are on maps that we both know and we have even numbers. And it's always a pleasure fighting against you lads because you are good units, both ICOR and the 125th.
Yep, same thing to you guys, man. It's always fun playing with you guys.
Yeah, man.
2 rounds of waterway.
One of these days we'll meet in the field with equal numbers, I swear.
Yeah. Or we'll play again together, which is fun too.
Or we'll just
That's
do that.
fun too, yeah.
Well, I don't think that could be possible because I think they'll say, "Oh no, that team's too stacked. We can't have that. You got to break that up."
Well, you know what you can do to do ahead is just pregame it. Just say this is what we're doing for this event on this night. Here's our match, and this is who we're going against, and you've got no issues. No one can say anything.
we need to go talk to Payletti and Hawkeye.
Yeah, get them on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be great.
They'll do it.
That'd be interesting. So, yeah. I guess with that being said, thank you all for watching this post-game video and the video as a whole. Everyone's social media account, if they want one, will be in the description below. All the regimental discords will also be in the description below if you want to join any of these wonderful regiments. And yeah, please like, comment, share, subscribe for more, and we'll see you in the next one. Goondog, is there anything you wanted to say?
I'm still Goondog's daddy.
Cue that music.